Welcome to the It's All Fine and Dangy podcast, where hosts Dan and Angie talk with creatives, small business owners, charities, and all kinds of interesting people. It's all real talk. It's all fine and dangy.
And we just work so well with each other because we all bring something unique to the table that the other person doesn't have, and it's just served us so well in all of the other businesses that we have together. So when, Jay was doing his run club from the brewery, he started coming home and just like planting those seeds, and
you're like, this is happening.
Before you know it, we were signing a lease and we were committing.
It was go time.
Yeah, it was go time. It was like,
wow.
Yeah, and it was bonus. I didn't even know when I was looking at that there was a whole like back patio area.
Oh yeah.
And the landlord said, I think there's a patio or something there, and it was not a patio. It was basically asphalt, which was covered in years of debris and dirt and just all that. And so it's like, but Elle and I are kind of the dreamers, and we saw what it was.
The potential,
yeah.
I didn't even know that was back there until after we left. So I didn't even stick my head out there and see that yet.
Yeah, the whole little. Well, I mean, I saw it on social media, of course, and you guys are dog friendly too, aren't you?
Extremely, yeah.
Yes.
In the back,
we love all the puppies.
I love it.
Yeah.
We want a dog so bad.
So we're sitting here chatting with Jay and Ella from Propagate Social House, the coffee shop in Apopka.
Coffee, wine, and plant house.
Yeah.
It's all things.
So you guys talk about businesses. So you have other businesses. So this wasn't. I don't want to say it's not, a big leap of faith to start a business, but there had to have been some level of, like you said, comfortability already. I mean, there was no resistance.
We're professional cliff divers. Cliff divers.
Cliff divers?
Yeah.
Yes.
So to speak, I guess.
So to speak.
I'm like, cliff driver? What is that? That sounds amazing.
We have no problems jumping off the side of the mountain.
I mean, that's
risk takers. I love it.
I applaud you for that because in the way it seemed to have come together, everything with the plants that you guys sell in there. Angie wants if it's still there, the big long fern
I gotta come
plant.
get it.
There's a big, huge. Is it gone?
It's gone.
Oh, I knew that one was going to be
But I'm propagating a new one.
Okay.
Propagating.
Propagating. There was pretty ones up in the front too.
But the vibe in there is just great. And so I'm assuming we're going to come back for the charcuterie and the wine and all that.
Or charcuterie, like I say
Like
it,
Angie
because
says
it's
it.
fancy. It's fancier.
There you go.
But I assume it's almost like a bar vibe at night. Is that what you're kind of getting from it?
Yeah, it's just place to relax. We have live music a few times a week. Actually, tomorrow night we'll have some, and we just come in, sit on the patio, have a glass of wine.
Very nice.
You also do something kind of unique. Is the wine
The wine flight.
Flights, yeah.
the flights? It went right out of my brain. I know what they're called. But the little wine flights, that's really cool.
In propagation stations.
They're actually in propagation
It's
station.
called propagation station.
Yeah, what we serve them in is a propagation station.
Did not even dawn on me.
Yeah.
That is really
Clever.
cool, guys.
I love that.
Wow.
Our favorite breweries do that. Obviously, I don't think I've ever seen a place do it with wine.
No, yes, that was Ella's brainchild because I'll let you tell that story on why you came up with that. Yeah.
I thought they were like beakers. Like
They look like that, right?
but it looks like
They
that's
are.
kind of nerdy. I like it.
They
you know,
are in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So each flight is 1.5 ounces. So you get a total of 6 ounces on it.
Quick math.
What's that?
So it's like a glass of wine. So it's like one glass of wine, really.
Yeah. But I always love those because you can kind of sample like, I'm going to get a glass of this one, but you can kind of sample everything.
Exactly. So that's what we were trying to achieve with the wine flight. For us owning a wine bar, I'm training to be a sommelier.
Oh.
I love it. They brought wine, by the way, and it's amazing wine.
What do I call sommeliers? What do I call them?
I call them sommeliers, so I pronounce it wrong for one.
Same.
But I said a concierge.
Oh, concierge.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Give me the wine concierge, and the person is like,
What?
So
That's cool that you're doing that, though.
a sommelier is a wine butler. I mean,
Yes.
that's the translation.
Dude, you have to know so much to do that.
But you have to have a
Holy moly.
passion. You probably have a passion for wine.
I do.
Yeah.
I could tell when you came in and you're like, she's got the craft that she's,
Decanting it and-
decanting,
and letting
the
us-
decanter.
Letting us know it hasn't really been 30 minutes yet, but we're going to do it
we're
anyway.
going to do it anyway. Yeah, we could tell you're a pro. I love that you're bringing that element into.
Yes. So what, for us owning a wine bar, what was really, really important was to kind of flip the way that things were being done. Traditionally, you go to a wine bar and the finer wines are only available to you by the bottle.
Yep.
And so a lot of people walk around thinking that the only types of wines that there are Merlot, Chardonnay,
Yep.
Cabernet Sauvignon. Well, those are just grape types.
Sure.
There are other types of wines, other types of grapes. So I have put together a lovely little wine list for us at Propagate that includes, like what we're drinking tonight, a Bordeaux, Barolos, Barbarescos, sparkling red wines. We've got Cavas, Proseccos, Champagnes.
Things I've never even heard of before.
What is this one? What kind of wine is this one?
So that is a Bordeaux from the Haute-Medoc region of Bordeaux, which is probably the most fertile ground in the Bordeaux region. So I'll just give you a quick little backstory. In the 17th century, that particular portion of the Bordeaux region was underwater. And the Dutch came over and they actually built a bunch of canals and drained all the water. And what they got was all of this fertile soil
Oh, wow.
to put in vineyards. And so that is what we are drinking.
Wow.
So that's where when you really get into sitting there and really tasting it, someone like you could teach us, okay, so you'll taste like a minerally taste,
Yes,
know?
yeah.
And then, but you're not thinking about it as just a drinker of wine until somebody starts educating you on it.
yeah.
Yes.
And-
Just like how we were talking earlier off the podcast about beer,
Yeah.
Guinness, right?
Yeah.
And once somebody starts teaching you about it, it's like it takes a life on almost.
And then you kind of feel around for those flavors when you're taking
Yeah.
a drink. Because I'm kind of with you that there's been drinks that I wasn't hugely in love with, and then when someone said, "Do you taste this?" and this came from here, and here's the history, then somehow it changes where you're like, "Oh yeah, I kind of like this now." It's like when you take a sip of soda and you thought it was tea. You know what I mean? It's like
Throws you off a little bit.
throws you off a little bit, but knowing about it. So this is a very good wine. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
do you, when you come to get a flight of wine, do you can pick which ones or does it come in sets?
Oh no. Yeah.
So I switch the wine flights weekly because
Okay.
again, what I want is for people to come in. I want them to
I
try
love
different
that. So you don't
wines.
set in.
No, and then if they love it, any of the wines that are in the wine flight are available by the glass. So,
nice.
last week we were in Italy.
Yep.
So I had
Oh, you're doing regions.
Yes,
oh,
we're
I
doing
love it. I love
regions.
themed stuff.
Yes.
So that's amazing.
She tried to make us do themes on the show for a while.
I did. It gets really hard though, so we stopped
yeah.
doing that.
The week before it was Spain. This week we're doing a rosé flight because we've got a
Can you get an annual pass there?
Hey, there's an idea.
Yeah.
There's an idea. We're thinking about a wine passport.
There you go.
Oh, really?
That would be really cute. Seriously, you get your little wine passport.
You get your
punched
stamps.
for every week.
I've been to
I've
this
been
many.
to Italy. I've been to Spain.
But
I've been here 52 times.
But that does make you
Every
want to
week.
come
Ma'am,
back.
you're an
to that.
alcoholic.
You have a problem.
Well, we have a Bartesian in the house. We've already talked about this. We're on the slippery slope. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's
But
happening.
it makes you want to come back, though. As you're describing it, I'm like,
yeah.
knowing that, we could try something cool and something different.
I love that idea.
do too.
So what kind of events do you do during the week that's kind of focused more on the wine?
So we drop the wine flights every Wednesday, And so I'll let people know ahead of time, Monday, Tuesday, what that wine flight
So it's
menu.
like Wine Down Wednesday.
Wine Down Wednesday is when the wine
baby.
flight drops. And
Some live music.
Some live music.
Yeah.
We, Joanna makes these delicious and
Charcuterie
equally
cups.
cute charcuterie cups or charcuterie cups.
I saw they're like in like little mason jars.
Yeah, they're in little
Super
mason
cute.
jars.
Oh,
and
charcuterie. I get it.
Get it?
Charcuterie.
Jar-
We're,
nice.
we're oh so clever.
You really
It's all
are.
like tapa size, so it's not like this big heavy meal. It's like
Yeah.
this little pairing.
Like
you
a
just go
munchie,
on.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
Because
I
when
love
you're
that.
drinking wine, you don't want something super heavy. You do want just something to kind of
something
snack
to nosh on.
Yeah.
Some nom noms.
Some nom noms.
So her and I will work together, and we'll go to market, and she'll be like, "What's on the wine flight this week?" And I'm like, "I'm doing this," and we'll run through the market, and she'll point stuff out, and I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds great," and
Try to do a pairing for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do a pairing, and
Now, does she have a food background?
she doesn't. She just really
an
loves
eye
food.
or a
Actually,
taste for it, yeah?
Mike and Jay have more of a food background than we do.
That's true.
Jay comes from a long line of restaurant owners, and Mike
wow.
worked the Orlando food scene for many, many years and had his own food truck, and
wow.
was doing all the things down there. So
That's quite amazing. Speaking of the food trucks, I saw that this weekend, is it Saturday, that you have the donut truck coming?
Oh my goodness, yeah. That's
Coffee and
Yes.
donuts? What?
You're
but
killing me.
also
What are we doing
also
Saturday?
he is doing a special champagne glaze
I read
for
that.
the donut,
Yeah.
which is going to be paired with the rosé flight.
So amazing.
So coffee
Wow.
and donuts or
Coffee and,
wine.
and flights. What?
Exactly.
Like, hey.
Yeah,
And
why
so
not?
that's the other thing that we're trying to do is that, we are working with these food trucks to pair wines so that it really does get promoted and sold as a whole experience.
I love that. Yeah.
Yes. So, they're not just coming to grab a burger or tacos or whatever. It's like you're coming for the food experience, and you can have it on the patio, you can have it inside. Maybe there's a little bit of live music, but it really is a social destination.
I
and
love it.
and we're so excited that people are like, they're driving in from Winter Garden, from downtown Orlando to come and
Lake
see
Nona.
us.
We had people from Lake Nona the other day. It was like,
Oh.
There was a
awesome.
steady. So
Yeah.
we went last weekend, and there was a steady stream of
Yeah.
traffic the whole time.
Yeah,
so you guys
just-
have been open for a couple weeks now.
2 weeks
This
now, yeah.
three,
This will
it'll be
our
3
third,
weeks.
So
Yeah.
it
This
seems
Saturday.
like it's really done well. I mean, it's
the reception's been very well. I think if you had to put it into one little phrase, is people keep saying, "This is what Apopka needs. This is what Apopka."
That's-
And that's like it literally
what
gives me
we
goosebumps
say.
every time I
Amen.
hear that.
And
Yeah.
that's what I guess you've said it much more eloquently, but that's what I was saying in a long roundabout way, is that seeing things change and the culture is getting more like you don't have to leave town to go to the things that
Yeah,
things
like
that.
we don't want to leave Apopka to drive to Orlando, or even up in like Eustis and Tavares has some cool coffee shops, and but that's a long haul for you to go just to get something cool, so we're
that's-
so happy you're here.
And I'll tell you, a friend of mine, so I'm on the Apopka alumni. I'm sort of a non-active member. I'm kind of like their tech support guy, but great group of people there. And I just feel bad because I never joined the meetings. But a friend of mine, she was on the Chamber of Commerce for a while. And I messaged her about, hey, any more ideas for guests for the podcast from Apopka? And the first thing she said is, have you reached out to the people at the Propagate Social House? And I said, yeah, not
Already
only have I reached
messaged
out,
them?
we've already been. I said, they're coming on and we've already been there. So, but I'm seeing a lot of people, a lot of people in the Apopka circles talking about you
I
guys
love it.
and going. And it
Yeah.
seems like it's being very well received.
Yeah, that's really awesome because we did put a lot of work into this, and if you see the before and after, what we've created,
Yeah, did you
It's
guys
not
get
for
to
nothing.
see the
No, I would
picture
love
by the
to, though.
bathroom?
Is it
Yeah.
does it show that'd be great on the website, the
my goodness.
construction,
Yeah, I've looked
Yeah.
through your social media and saw all the work that you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So-
I actually hung a picture by if you're going out to the patio,
Right.
of what it looked like before we broke ground, because it's like I'm taking the kid's picture out of my wallet and putting this in there now because it's like, look at what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my new baby.
So Angie noticed like the 70s painting stuff on the wall in there.
it.
I noticed
Love it.
the way the ceiling is done, the black ceiling with like the texture. It's like almost like the industrial raw foam look.
Yeah.
And the pipes, all the shelving and everything's done with the like the legs on the bar and all are done with that
Iron.
the iron piping and the fittings and all that.
I love
It's
it.
such a cool mix of sort of retro and industrial and the plants all around. It's a really cool vibe.
You know what it
Ella
makes?
and Joanna, they are really good at kind of seeing and
Yeah.
It's so cool.
just trust us, guys. This is what we're gonna do.
just
Yeah,
let us do it.
every time
That's
we-
how he is with the house. I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
just-
no, I'm not. I have to draw it in 3D and render it in VR and all that
Yes,
stuff.
same.
But with decorating, you
graphic
kind
design
of
background.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
but decorating, you kind of let me
Yeah,
go
yeah.
at it.
Yeah.
You know what else I think is cool is the landlord that you guys rented from.
Yeah.
Probably hasn't had any hits on that area in forever. And now here you come along and this, this person that owns something is now having an income. Maybe they were struggling. Who knows? Like, I try to look at it like that, like what a positive spin for this landlord that now this place has been turned into something just amazing
Yeah.
for our community.
Yeah, so our landlord is amazing. Her name is Miss Kim,
Yeah.
and she's probably in her late 60s.
I don't even know. Yeah.
She is
There's always something about somebody if you call them Miss their first name, like it's a boss lady.
Yeah.
Like
She's
you
a-
just
Oh,
know
she's
it.
She is a boss lady. She is a boss lady. She she's like the auntie.
Yeah,
You know,
I love it.
She fed us throughout the entire build out. She would just show up with like grocery bags.
That's
and
a
she's
Apopka
like,
right there.
"Here
That
you
is
go.
so Apopka.
Here's
She
some.
makes her own sushi.
Yeah,
It's it's amazing.
She's Korean, and she just brings us all of this delicious food.
Wow.
And she's amazing, and she has given us all of this great advice, and she's just wonderful, and we're just so grateful to have her, and she has thanked us profusely for everything that we've done, and
She's in the building for like 30 years,
Yeah,
so
she's-
she's seen the changes.
Yeah.
and all
But
that.
then
So she probably rents to
Three Odd Guys.
Three Odd Guys too.
She owns the
whole
entire strip.
So she probably does love just seeing this metamorphosis and
I'm
this
sure.
evolution.
What
of
a
this.
cool thing, though, that this little spot is starting to become like the trendy little hot spot,
Yeah.
little strip in Apopka,
Yeah.
Are you guys, it doesn't matter if you're not, because the coffee was amazing and I'm kind of a coffee snob. But are you guys like coffee aficionados as well? Or just like to drink it?
Mike is the coffee snob,
Yeah.
and
I'd say him and I are probably like the ones that are like, no, this is right.
yeah.
So do you what coffees do you choose? Do you try to go local? Do you just kind of search for what you like?
Yeah, we
So-
use. Oh, Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I say local is very important to us all across
Yeah.
the board. I mean, the plants in there from local nurseries,
Nice.
the
Love it.
food, we're working with local vendors. Everything is very local. For our coffee, we're using Oxum. They're based out of Winter Garden. They're a roaster.
We love Winter Garden.
Yeah. So exactly. So it kind of
Yeah.
it ties right into when we were vetting, we looked at a lot of different roasters, and Oxum was a very good fit. They're very family orientated. They came over, they trained the staff. They're really
Cool.
invested into our success.
Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome.
So
it's like community supporting one community supporting another community, which we love.
I do love that,
Yeah.
but it also the fact that it's a local roaster explains why it tastes so fresh. Because I'm telling you, this may be a no-brainer for coffee fiends, but when it's fresh, it's just not bitter. Everybody can drink black coffee when it's fresh like that.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I even tasted your black coffee, and I could have drank it like that.
I know.
There's something that gives me comfort about like a nice creamy colored coffee. I don't know what it is.
It's the visual. Just put the lid on.
Do you like iced coffee?
No, I'm more of a hot coffee drinker.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
we-
I will do iced coffee, if it's super, like if I'm drinking it outside or something. But yeah, I always go for the hot coffee for some reason.
The hot lattes? Or
Yeah.
whatever?
Tell us about the entertainment
Yeah.
that's out there. So do you have bands? Is that what, or
It's more like
person with a guitar?
personal guitar. Like tomorrow night we have Chris Sauter. He's coming out. He's got like a John Mayer kind of vibe going.
Oh,
Oh, I love
nice.
it.
Yeah. We also have live open mic night. We experimented with that last week, and we're going to keep doing that.
Oh,
Because it was a very
cool.
successful
That's
night.
happening.
That
On
is-
Saturday.
I'd love to come to that.
It packed
Yeah.
the house last Saturday. Patio was full. People really loved it. Everybody came out.
It was cool.
It was
Yeah.
really nice. On Wednesday, we have this guy that comes.
Dr. Adam.
Dr. Adam.
Yeah.
He's a doctor by day, acoustic guitarist by night.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's a lot of fun. Yeah.
A lot of fun, super dreamy. So yeah, we're loving the entertainment.
Is it when you say open mic? Is that not to interrupt about the super dreamy guy, but
I was talking about the music.
okay.
Check the Instagram. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, but you know how it goes. Like if the music is good, you're just like everything else is a blur.
He's not bad looking.
That's what you're saying. Let's be clear. So is it like open mic night, like comedians or like spoken word or like both?
Yeah, so
pub,
you can show up. It's all ages, which is, really fun.
Sure.
Because it means that it is a family-friendly environment
Sure.
on a Saturday
Love it.
night. Nobody's showing up with a 4-year-old, but we had a young lady get on
poetry.
stage and do spoken word last week.
Oh, I love it.
So that was,
Gosh, I
that was
love
great.
We had a
And
puppeteer, Big Potato Dave. from the
Wavy
Big
Davy
Potato.
from the Big Potato.
Oh
he was
my
doing
gosh.
puppets. Yeah.
And
This
then-
is amazing.
And then we had some, just great musicians get up and play. And
Jam
it was
out,
great. Jam out.
That is
sounds-
so cool. So
sounds
do you
like a
guys,
social house.
Yeah. Do you guys plan on doing any other type of events like
Oh, yes.
trivia, bingo, anything like just creative and fun?
We're not going to do trivia. The brewery does trivia on Tuesday night,
that's
and
right,
everybody
they do.
loves it.
It's a
So
smash, yeah.
there's really no need to
They got it covered. Yeah,
reinvent
why?
the,
Yeah.
the wheel.
You guys are sort of almost like, in a way, this is a small town thing too, but you're almost like partners now because you're in the little strip together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not to say you're business partners, but you're not stepping on each other's toes kind of thing.
Supporting
Not at
each
all.
other.
No, it's. I mean, well, they were the trailblazer, right? Like, if they didn't come into the plaza first,
Yeah.
there's no way we would have said, "Hey, let's open up a coffee wine
Right.
bar."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It didn't make
Yeah.
sense. So, like, them coming in was like, you start the movement. We're coming in.
Mm-hmm.
What else is next? What
Yeah.
else is going to happen? There's going to be
So
more
exciting to
movement
just think of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have the trivia covered. We are going to do in the fall once the weather's a little cooler again. We're going to do. Movie nights on that back there. We got these beautiful oak trees. We're going to put a projector up, and
That will be
I'm
so
gonna go
cool.
out back. It sounds like it's an amazing
Well, we're
spot.
going to go
and,
Saturday.
it's the place,
Or
yeah.
Friday and
Well,
Saturday,
I just
whatever.
literally checked my calendar here.
There's
after-
nothing.
And you're free both Friday and
We
Saturday.
have to drop your car off Saturday morning. We were going to go to breakfast. They're
Well,
going to have
we were already going for the
donut.
donuts.
Okay.
You just didn't know that yet, but we were going.
just don't leave. Just come in the morning
Stay.
and
We'll
just
just
stay all
Stay.
day.
We'll help you clean
Yeah.
up in between shifts, whatever.
I'll be all caffeinated out, and then I'll counter it with some wine as it gets later.
That's how you do it.
That's the idea. Do you see our business plan now?
I do see.
I love it. I love that you're dog friendly because we're going to have a dog soon.
Yeah. Actually, just today I installed little hooks on the tables outside so people can hook their leashes on there.
Oh.
Yeah, extra. We have a kiddie pool out there for the dogs if they want that.
I love it. So exciting.
That'll be
Do you have
great.
pup cups?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have a pup cootery boards.
Cootery boards.
Yes.
You guys are too much. It is
Yeah.
too creative.
Yeah, so if you want to brunch with your pup,
brunch with your pup.
after the grand opening, we are going to have pup cootery cups available. So it's a dollop of pup safe peanut butter, topped with 2 peanut butter CBD cookies.
Love it.
For the ear, I'll give you guys a picture of it. Then it has a little dog chew for the nose. And then it has an assortment of watermelon and carrots and green beans and some freeze-dried chicken liver.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, these are like some spoiled dogs.
Yeah, it's super
Like,
tasty.
Seriously.
you could probably eat it. and it'd
You
be-
really probably
yeah.
could.
I didn't want to say that, but it sounds pretty good. Actually.
Yeah, it's like,
Like, look, if I had a few glasses, I'm probably going to.
Sir, you don't have a dog. Why are you ordering this?
never you
It's
mind.
really good.
Put it on the
to
table.
go.
So did you guys do a grand opening yet, or just the soft opening?
it's
Or are
just
you
nothing yet.
planning on a grand
We
opening?
are,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Sometime in September after we drop our kid off at college,
Okay,
Yeah.
we are going to
beautiful.
do that.
Cut the
So-
ribbon.
Well, keep us posted.
Yeah.
Because we'll definitely be out this weekend, but I'd love to come out for the grand opening. And
Yeah.
be
So
awesome.
I did want to touch though, because you guys are business owners of multiple businesses. So let's chat about some of the other ventures that you
Yes.
have going.
Yeah. Okay. So
Take it, Ella.
Where do we start?
Thanks, Trey. So, all right, Joanna and I own Apiary Wellness in downtown Orlando. It's a medical wellness center. And we have, I believe, right around 16 practitioners.
Okay.
Ranging from physicians to mental health counselors, massage therapists, ABA therapists, life coaches.
Where are you located again?
Mills District.
Mills District,
Yes.
Fern Creek, and Hillcrest.
Okay.
And so we've been there for 5 years.
Awesome.
And
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And Joanna and I both used to be therapists there. And it was, it was going great, but her and I we like to keep going. We like to keep moving. And we figured out that we are better managers than practitioners.
Okay.
And we made space because when we were there, we had full books. We were, taking up 2 of the rooms, 40 hours a week. And we took off and we made space, and the apiary just grew.
Are you by the Sanctum?
We are. Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
Dr. Nicole used to work for you?
Indeed, she did.
Yes.
Small world
Okay.
again.
Small world. Yeah. Here we
I have been to the Apiary Wellness Center.
That is
How
hilarious.
crazy is that?
I have met Joanna. Yes, I have. I
how
was
funny.
doing like some wellness coaching for her for a little while. Just a very, very short time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Welcome
we'll talk
back to
after.
It's a Very Small Town.
Yeah. Look at that.
Wow.
Very small town. Yes. It's
That's
the
cool.
cutest little place. And guess what it's filled with? Plants.
Exactly.
Of course.
So
Comes
we
full circle with the plants. doesn't
Yeah.
it?
I'm telling you.
we keep about 100 or so plants alive in the apiary,
Wow.
which people really appreciate.
They really do.
I don't know the science behind it. I just know the vibes that come off. So there's, Angie does this to me all the time where I'll be like, I had such a great time. She'll be like, it's because of the plants and because of the running water and the antioxidants and the,
No.
what's in the air?
Negative ions.
Negative ions and
Antioxidants. That's from your blueberries.
whatever.
Which is from a plant.
That's true.
So
See? Kind of work.
All right. So we got Apiary Wellness Center.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. And then the
Yeah.
4 of us.
well, that actually led to we started a CBD business in 2017. A lot of
No.
what
2015.
was it 15? All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies.
She's got the memory, dude.
Yeah, right. So before it was cool to have a CBD
Yeah, before
business.
it was cool to have a
Before it
CBD
was cool.
business.
Yeah.
When it was like, oh no.
What is this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, remember some grandma got arrested at Disney and
Oh, I totally remember that. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
yeah. So back before those times, what happened was a lot of customers or patients, what do you want to call them, would ask Ella and
Clients
Joanna,
and patients.
Clients,
Yes.
patients. There we go. Thank you. That's why you run that business. We're asking Ella and Joanna about the CBD because it was just starting to become part of the vocabulary, right? The vernacular, and yeah. Roll your eyes at me. So anyway, people were asking about, what is this CBD, blah, blah, blah. And so Ella started doing a little research.
So by the
right?
time the 5th person asked,
Yeah.
the light bulb went off.
There's
Yeah.
something happening
And I was
there.
like,
here, yeah.
oh, something's happening. And so, I started doing research. And like always, I come to them with an idea. Joanna tells me how much it's going to cost. Jay tells me that it's a great idea.
Aw.
Mike tells me that, it's probably not a great idea. And then we do it anyway.
We do it anyway.
And it works out.
Well, it worked out. It worked out big because it, like we said, it was before it was cool to have a CBD business, and so we found a great grower out in Colorado. We went out there. We met with them. We really educated ourselves on what cannabis was, how it works,
Yeah.
and what the real product actually looks like, and what you needed to have in place to provide people with a safe
Quality,
product, a safe
Yeah.
and quality product. Because-
Quality too, because it's
Yes.
ridiculous now. You go to 7-Eleven
and
and you're like,
they
what?
sell it
No.
there. So
It's hemp. It's not CBD.
I know. Yes.
I could get
But people
into it,
don't know
but-
that because
Yeah.
they mismarket it. You
So,
know?
if we were asking our practitioners to get on board with this and to recommend it to their clients, and that wasn't going to happen unless we knew it, backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fast forward, we start the CBD company.
Well, yeah. Well, before we even got to that too, that was part of the drive, right? Because they were trying to find the answers for their patients, and it was like,
Oh, yeah.
I can't recommend a company because this one's making it in a crock pot in their kitchen.
Yeah,
This
that was
one's
scary.
not even CBD, it's hemp. And
Yeah.
well, what's the difference between CBD and hemp? And does it have THC? All these questions were coming up, and
Yeah.
there was no clear answer because it wasn't federally regulated, and there was a lot of just open
Unknowns,
questions.
yeah.
Unknowns, yeah. So it's like, all right, well, let's just make our own and make sure it's quality.
But we weren't making our own.
Well,
Hey,
partner with the farm. Yeah.
Well, you went to the right location.
a farm
to
and
do
lab
it
in Colorado makes it.
Yeah.
But I know personally about this because, and I'm looking to get my medical marijuana license, but without getting into my super personal stuff.
I can tell
which
you all about it and how
I've
to get
talked
it.
about,
Yeah.
which I've talked about on the show. But I'm in chronic pain sometimes, and I tried all different kinds of CBD, and it's very true that some of it I was like, yeah, I can feel this, and some of it I'm like, I could drink this whole thing just doing nothing.
Yeah.
So
That's the
I
problem.
didn't know why, but that is probably why, because there's it doesn't say on the side of it how they made it.
It's not
or
full
where,
spectrum. It's
Yeah.
Right.
It's industrial hemp,
And I could see that's why the physicians don't want to recommend it, because they don't want to be, that's their reputation, right? They don't
Right.
want to recommend snake oil or something.
Right.
So you got it right.
What does snake oil do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Sounds very
Doesn't.
cool.
But back in the Old West, it was like,
I know.
you know,
I know from that game that you play.
Red Dead. Yeah, okay.
Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's how we learn everything about the Old West.
Yeah, that's a good game. Yeah.
But you must have hit it right. You hit the recipe right, because
We did, yeah. We hit it right. It took off. We basically just went 100 miles an hour for 3 years. We got to a point where it no longer made sense for our producer in Colorado to package it. We actually went out there for a meeting, and we started talking about what did it look like if we started packing it, if we started filling our own product here in Florida. And what they all kind of looked at each other around the table, and they said, well, if you're going to do that, would you consider taking on clients? Because we're really, really busy here, and we can't handle the small clientele. So if you're telling us that you're going to essentially open up a facility to fill and pack your own product, we've got business for you. And
The light bulb?
the light bulb went off yet again.
It
blew
had,
up. It blew up,
Yeah, that
really.
one was like
And,
the fluorescence.
actually,
like
for
the sun.
this one, it went off in Joanna's head.
Yeah.
She's incredible with numbers, and so she very quickly did the math, and she said, yes, absolutely, we can do it. Her and I flew back from Colorado, and told them what was happening, and they were like, yeah, sure, guys, whatever. Within a week, we had a facility.
Oh
we were
my-
ordering equipment.
It was crazy.
I
And
feel like a slacker.
and by the end of the year, we were filling and packing for over 100 CBD companies on the market.
Oh my, 100
Wow.
companies, not people.
companies.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Now, were these small companies?
There
or-
were small companies. Yeah, granted,
But I like the idea of more, dealing with the more intimate small
Yeah.
companies.
No, it was great. So we filled a void. So like they were dealing with the big customers. They already had that covered.
Yeah.
What they didn't have was for the smaller customers.
They just
So
didn't have time.
We were like your boutique Copacker.
I
and-
love it.
Yeah, and we all four again had like our recipe for success. Ella was really good with sales. She would walk the customer through. This is what you're going to need. A lot of these people they're startups, so they don't know like packaging process. Like, no, you don't want to use clear bottles for your CBD because guess what? There's MCT oil in there. It's going to change the color.
Yeah.
All these little things, like Ella would really educate them. Joanna was the finance person, and she was
Obviously,
Tell
the
them-
numbers. Yeah.
how much it was going to cost.
You want frosted bottles? Great. But guess what? You're going to have to buy this many to get the product down to this price point, and all that.
It's almost like buying a franchise. You guys had the whole thing in a box ready.
One
Mike
stop
was
shop.
literally
Mike was-
managing all of the employees on the filling floor, taking care of shipping, fulfillment.
That's
the
where, he has
entire-
production background and
Wow.
restaurant background.
Yep.
So those two work really well in this industry because it's like, as far as like keeping a clean room,
Yep.
all that process, hand washing, hair.
Yeah, all the
those
food and
things.
the safety,
Yeah.
food
Same-
and safety
it
type,
kinda is food, yeah.
sanitizing
Yes.
type stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
And Jay
dealing
was
with
in an
the same-
office designing, packaging,
Yeah.
labels, everything.
This is like a really great synergy the four of you
Oh,
have.
it was perfect.
really
yeah, it was
is.
just,
And how long have
boom,
all of you
boom,
known
boom.
each other?
Joanna and I met 10 years ago, and then he and I met
8 years ago.
8
coming
years
up,
ago. And then Joanna and I walked into a restaurant and she met Mike about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that all went really well until COVID.
Oh man.
Okay.
Destroyed us. Yeah.
The COVID.
And so COVID, probably
Because
September of 2019, we
Yeah.
started hearing rumblings because obviously we were buying bulk packaging.
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
And guess where that bulk packaging come from?
China.
Oh, because of the
Because I was going
plastics
to
and
ask
stuff
if
like
it was
this.
the smaller businesses closing that caused the problem.
No,
It was
no.
It was imports.
Yeah, no.
That was the first of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because we had standardized packaging. So, you know, if you're
course.
doing this, you're doing this. We would buy
And
in
you got to
bulk.
get it for as cheap as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
of course.
Wow.
So September 2019, we start to hear rumblings. Oh, this is delayed. This, and we're like, what's going on? You know. And then we had this this customer, and he calls us up one day, and he's like, we were in the process of building out his line, and he's like, guys, I need to let you know. His wife was Chinese, and by this time it was December because she was over there
For Christmas or
She was
something,
over
right?
there. No, she was over there for Chinese New Year,
Okay. Yeah.
and she was having trouble getting out.
Yeah. She was stuck. Yeah.
She was stuck. She couldn't get, you know, out of the country. And he's like, something bad is really happening. I don't know what it is. And we were like,
it's serious.
oh,
Yeah.
this is weird.
Yeah.
Fast forward, by February,
Boom.
all of the production houses had taken Copacking inside, and we were done. We paid our employees for as long as we could. We gave them plenty of advance notice, and we knew, we were like, we can either close Copacking or we can continue to sink money into a sinking ship.
Yeah.
And so we closed Copacking, you know.
Hibernation mode, you know?
Yeah.
The CBD company thrived through the
Oh, I'm
pandemic.
sure.
Yeah.
And
Everybody's stress and anxiety.
We were
through
already
the roof.
online.
we were already online. It was great.
perfect.
Yeah.
But we had to close our doors. And when we closed our doors, we were all living in downtown Orlando. And it was getting a little weird down there.
Yeah.
With everything that was happening.
Streets are
You know,
empty.
we were
Oh, yeah.
it was probably like March, April. Stuff was starting to get really weird down there, and we started looking around, and we were like, maybe we should go hide somewhere. And we decided to come hide in Apopka, and now we come full circle, and that is how
Look, I
we
was going
got
to ask
to
how you guys got here.
That's how we
that's how we got to Propagate.
Wow.
Interesting.
My boss at the engineering firm I work for, my day job, is lives in Manhattan for, I don't know, most of his life, 10 years at least. Loves it. Is a true New Yorker through and through. He's been in Florida in his new house now for 6 months because same thing. Even New York has become, he said it's not New York anymore.
It's not the
And
same vibe.
Our corporate office
Yeah.
is in Chicago. Downtown, same thing. It's like cities are never be cities again as far as we know because everyone's moved out and they're realizing, hey, this is kind of nice.
actually- yeah.
And big businesses are noticing, like even our business is noticing the single most expensive thing in a business like that is real estate. So if you thrived through it like we did, then it's optional. And you're seeing everybody do this now. Like if you can be productive and we don't need to buy you an office, but it's going to change I wonder about big cities. Like what are they going to do? I mean, Orlando's not a big city, but as an example, what's going to happen?
I mean, you were even just seeing a change in downtown.
is it just dead?
It's not that it's dead. It was, you know, for us it was more so we had the kids, and it was a lot of stress on them, not being able to go to school and not being able to see their friends and being stuck at home in a big city. You know,
Where you
sure,
can't go outside and
you
walk
can't
around.
you can't go outside. You
Yeah.
know, there was protests going on. There's COVID. There was all these things. I didn't feel safe
Sure.
telling the kids, go
Walk
ride
around like
your
Yoda or
yeah.
whatever.
It
Yeah.
wasn't.
No.
It just I didn't feel safe, but.
being more remote now, sort of.
Yeah, we moved out here to
Out in the
Wekiva. There's an acre in our backyard, and I'm like,
Yes.
go outside.
Every weekend,
Yeah.
literally every weekend, I would take the kids and the dogs on Apopka Wildlife Drive. Like we
Yeah.
would just,
Oh, yeah.
that was our
We're
thing.
super familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, that's all you can
That's
do.
true.
It's the
Yeah.
safest thing to do.
And I mean, we
during that
have all the
time.
parks out here. We have, Field of
gosh.
Fame, and they're just doing such great things. And
Oh, amazing! Yeah.
we just love what we see our city just morphing into, evolving into. We have such a diverse collection of people,
yeah.
and more people are coming because we got people from New York and from all these big cities moving down here,
And even from Orlando, from downtown.
Yeah.
Because now what you were seeing is
because you're like, we're going to move to the country. Apopka's the country to you
But
because
you
we're
know-
such a big.
We're gonna open a coffee shop, wine bar.
Can I tell you though, there's a part of me that's all, I grew up out in the country, and there's a part of me that's wanted to get away from it and get to spots that are more trendy and there's more going on. But because of things like the, Propagate Social House coffee shop, you're bringing it out here, so we're getting the best of both worlds. So you can have the land and the quiet and the space and the nature, and you don't have to. I used to joke and say, growing up, you have to pack a lunch to go buy lunch because there's nowhere to go. But now there's things
Yeah.
like
There's movement. Yeah.
there's movement,
There's movement.
and it's
And soon maybe we'll have a bike trail where we can just ride our
Yes.
bike right
Well,
to.
Are you familiar with the street behind on 6th Street?
Yeah.
They're actually already building that. They already surveyed it, and so
Oh,
there's
good. I did not know that.
yeah. If you drive on 6th Street, which is just behind us, they've already put flags up and everything, and
That
there's
is awesome.
The movement's happening.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
it's
nice.
happened this year.
Yeah, we love the rails to trail.
Yeah.
because we
Huge.
actually
we're
had
chronic for the rails to
we
trails.
had
yeah.
Scott on.
Ken.
Oh,
the,
Ken.
the
Ken.
guy who runs the
Rails to Trails in
Rails
Florida.
to Trails Conservancy came
cool.
on and told us all about
Super
how,
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, we love it. Well, we love what you guys are doing.
We do.
We're excited. We're probably coming out Friday night and Saturday morning, maybe Saturday night.
definitely for the donuts.
Yeah, the donuts are cool.
And the wine.
See
it's
if we
like,
can and the wine. See, I want to do the wine too.
It's all of it. It's
Yeah,
all of
donuts
it.
and wine event.
Did we cover all the businesses that you have?
Are you guys partnering
doing
with
real
other
estate.
businesses? Is that something you thought about for the future, or
Yeah. So we're partnering with. So we have Bellinger Bagels out of College Park. We get fresh bagels
Oh,
from them.
that's right. We had
Oh,
those. when
tell
we
us
were
what
there.
kind of bagels they are.
They're Montreal style bagels.
Yes.
So
Very cool.
they're not as fluffy and soft as say a New York bagel.
They're meant to be like a bread, more like a bread.
they're
Okay.
but they're very savory. They're delicious.
And
Yes,
fat.
I had-
Is it Phat Ash?
Phat Ash cookies.
Fat Ash. Oh my God.
Those are so good.
Amazing.
You like those?
You? Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Those are
going to
good.
get a big fat ash. Exactly. Like, I love it. Their story is really cool too, though.
Yes.
I reached out to them. So I'm like,
Oh,
oh
good.
my gosh, this is the coolest story.
yeah.
Like,
So we
of
got
course, they're all physically fit and eating cookies all the time.
Yeah.
Somehow.
How do you do it? How do you do this?
lots of CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're partnering with Ashley and her husband Israel, and we're getting cookies from them weekly. We are the Apopka cookie plug or the
I love
Apopka cookie hookup.
Oh, very nice. And I just got Phat
APK.
Ash. I just got Phat Ash.
You
which
just
that is.
got
Her
it?
name is Ashley.
Ashley,
I
yeah.
didn't know. That's probably where Phat Ash came from.
See what they
I'm
did there?
assuming,
Yeah.
That.
Very clever.
safe
creative.
bet on that
So
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're looking to partner with as many local food vendors as we can because
very
Food
All
trucks,
right. You hear that,
musicians-
people.
Musicians
Yes.
too. We've already had all the musicians we have are people who've approached us, and
Yeah.
we love that. We love partnering. We love the vibe. That's
we don't want to reinvent the wheel. There
Yeah,
are
yeah.
so many talented food vendors, musicians,
Yeah.
food trucks.
We have a couple musicians. We'll talk to you guys after we're done here,
Yeah.
and I
Send
think
you
a
their-
couple that'd be a really great fit.
Oh,
couple
Atlanta
different ones.
Caliber.
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So awesome.
Shut up.
Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight, and thanks for opening the coffee shop in my hometown. It's great.
I know.
We're excited to be here.
And what is the best way for people to check you guys out besides coming in, of course?
Yeah.
All right. So we are on Instagram and we are on Facebook at Propagate Social House. You can visit our website, propagatesocialhouse.com.
Definitely check out the Instagram. Ella's really on it. She's constantly
check out the
Yeah, you guys are
Instagram.
really good at I got to get better at this, man.
We were literally looking
We
through
were
your
just-
Instagram pictures
I'm like,
tonight
that's so
before you guys
jelly.
got here. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I got to get on it. I got to be having that thing in my hand all the time going, take a picture, post something.
I don't
What
know.
are you doing,
I'm the
woman?
producer. My job is done, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we love it. We are super excited, guys, and we
you.
wish you so much success and just hope to support you in any
Indeed.
way we can.
Absolutely do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. We're excited.
Very excited.
Awesome. All
And,
right.
and guys, remember, at the end of each and every day, it's all fine and dandy.